Don't you know, girl? Don't you know, girl? I am the one for you. I'm the one. Don't you know, girl? Don't you know, girl? I am the one. DJ Khaled and Justin Bieber, something brand new from that young talent that is Mr. JB, who continues to rock it worldwide. Cheers. Good afternoon from your Pratte Pack. Well, it's all about your Pittsburgh Penguins, isn't it, right? We're going to get to those wonderful guys who skate up and down the ice so gracefully. And hopefully at the end of 3 periods of hockey tonight, they'll be getting ready to take on Nashville, the Predators, for the Stanley Cup. But first things first, they've got to take on Ottawa at the Canadian Tire Center. More on that in just a few minutes. And then, of course, still to come, Ty Ballou from PLB Sports will be talking with us from the Pratte Pack Gym. So, one thing I know when I work that late shift at KDK, a lot of times I go from sunup to sundown, never sit down to eat, so I got to get some nutrients, right? Arby's, they're always open, folks, in Monaca, just in time for your Pratte Pack to roll through. Arby's, we've got the meats, and I've got a beef gyro waiting for lunch that I'm going to be eating very shortly. And got to get my thirst on, big game, big day. But I'm always trying to watch the waistline. Ladies and gentlemen, a little diet 7-Up, refreshing 7-Up. Man, I got to tell you, hot summer days when I was a kid playing a little sandlot baseball, knocking back a couple of these, life was really good back in the late 60s and 70s with the Pratte Pack original Brighton boys. There you go, man, right there, 7-Up at Coons Market. And I want to take a little time to salute the Monaca American Legion 580. The Buddy Poppies, they now have them on sale. We are going to be broadcasting there on Memorial Day, right here, folks. KDK, I'll be in for Mike Pintek, noon to 3. And we're going to have a lot of people stopping by because of the parade in Monaca. And the wonderful folks who make up this beautiful American Legion will be bringing them up to the microphone after the parade, and we're looking forward to it. Plus, I have Bob Dvorak from Fort Bragg at All-American Week. He'll be calling in. And Tony Accomando, it has really become a tradition on Memorial Day. He, of course, from Friends of Da Nang, and those life-saving service dogs and how they are changing the lives of veterans everywhere. And we'll give you a chance to phone in as well and share some monumental moments on what I believe to be the greatest holiday. My father, who was a World War II vet, he loved spending time with his family. But the one day, and it wasn't Christmas, it wasn't Thanksgiving, he enjoyed that, but it was Memorial Day. And anyone who knew Bob Pratt will tell you this. Memorial Day picnics at his house up in Gulbranson Heights were truly the best. And he would actually make me a steak on that day. And I'll tell you, it was a wonderful day. And I always felt honored, even if I would come late after work, because I was always doing that. We would sit down and carve out that steak and also carve out some great conversation. I love him, and I miss him every day, and he will always be right here in my heart. And the good thing is when I look at my son Tyler and I look at my son Robbie, I still see my dad, and that's a good thing. And now when I look in the mirror, I look more like my dad. All right, what else? Okay, place my dad used to love to go, Eddie Shewalk, especially on Memorial Day, right? Well, light beer from Miller. My dad was like Stoney's, Blatz, Iron City, but he would have enjoyed a couple of these with his son. There's no doubt about it. One thing he did love, though, let me tell you something. Always. I couldn't handle this when I was, in my 20s and 30s, but I'll do a shot for my dad on Memorial Day. There you go. Crown Royal Fine Wine and Spirits. And, all the particulars tonight are going to get ready for the big game. And I really do admire my man, Jimmy Klein. I saw him yesterday with his son going into one of his buildings. Man never quits working. Great young entrepreneur in this region. And, of course, all of the people that make his bar so special. And, hey, Jay Woolley, Duke Milladine would be proud of you, brother. That place looks spectacular. Absolutely love it. One of the things that I love to do, and I don't get a chance to do it too often, is cruise through the old hometown on a beautiful spring afternoon, and I happened to do it yesterday. Looking at the schools that I went to and just the streets and the people, and there's nothing like my hometown, New Brighton, Pennsylvania. Of course, the Corner Grill, Marion Hill Grill, Marlboro's, all of them getting ready for the game. And then in Monaca, my friends at the Monaca SOI, you got to become a member. You got to go and watch a game there and experience the camaraderie, the fun, and those wise snacks. I'll tell you, they'll leave the door open for you till late at night so you can munch on something. And they've got great product from, hey, Silverman's Distributing in Beaver. Love what they do as well. So, Joe, keep bringing them that good stuff so they can enjoy great games like tonight. And believe me, they got televisions everywhere. And if you can't find what you want, just give the remote to Ted Capola, okay? He'll find what you want. What else? Yeah, you got P-Dubs, you got the American Legion. They're all going to be enjoying this one. The Draft House, Dana Russo pouring that great liquor that you love so much. And also, Beaver Valley Sportsman's, Ashley Kay and company. They do a great job. Pratt Pack hasn't been there in a while. It's just been a little busy, folks. So get out, be responsible, enjoy, and go Penguins, and more on that in a moment. Now, let me grab some of the things that are really making big news today. Told you just a few moments ago, we're going to be talking about this on Rob Pratt Tuesday night, starting right off in the first hour. 22 dead. Manchester, ISIS claiming responsibility, and children involved too. And it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. CIA Director John Brennan testifying in front of that intelligence committee. So we're going to have details on that. But here is a huge story for those of us who love Bond, as in James Bond, the eloquent Sir Roger Moore. I used to actually try to tie my ties in that Windsor knot like he did. Just a class act. Always handled himself with grace and dignity. And such respect for this guy. And yes, he was knighted by the amazing Queen Elizabeth. He's passed away at the age of 89. So tonight, my producer, as we speak, Jen Bloodworth, is putting some things together. We will remember Sir Roger Moore and talk about his film legacy as James Bond, but so much more too. Great stage actor. For those of us who really first saw him in America, the Saint television show. So we'll look back at his life as well. And the second day of jury deliberation begins in the Bill Cosby case. We'll talk about that tonight as well. And also in Dayton, Montgomery County. How about this story? Opiate deaths are at an all-time high, this epidemic, to where the coroner has run out of space. 13 deaths recently, 12 of them from a drug overdose. So that's some hard-hitting stuff. We'll be talking about that tonight. Now, crowded neutral zone. 1-3-1 defense. What's it all mean? Pens are going to have to go out there and do it the old-fashioned way. Earn it tonight when the puck drops at the Canadian Tire Center at 8 o'clock on the NBC network. They are up 3-2. And if they win, they have the right to play Nashville, who eliminated Anaheim last night. Big win for them. Austin Watson had 2 goals. 6-3 was the final. So Nashville going to represent the West in the Stanley Cup final. Matt Adams, 2-run homer. Braves over the Pirates, 5-2. Garrett Cole takes the loss. He's 2-5, 7:35. Jack Zarinzik and the man, Chris Mack, get it underway with the pregame. And then, of course, the guys will step in behind the mic. And it is the Pirates at SunTrust Ballpark in Atlanta. Tyler Glasnow gets the start for Pittsburgh. Seth Curry, what an amazing basketball player he is. 36 points, and it was 129-115. Golden State, third straight year they're going to be in the NBA Final. They eliminate San Antonio last night. Tonight at the Quicken Loans Arena, just up the turnpike in beautiful Cleveland, Ohio, at 8:30 on TNT. The Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Final with a 2-1 lead will take on Boston. There you have it, folks. A lot of stuff to digest, but wasn't it worth spending a little time with me in the Pratt Pack gym? Good afternoon. Coming up, Ty Ballou.